to AHS 1984, the Beyond the Horror episode 4. Thank you all so much for your patience in this episode. And episode 5 will be tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. We are very excited about it. Don't forget, guys, AHS costume contest is going on right now, Freaks of AHS. So come join the contest if you like. And of course, I would love to welcome my guests. Welcome to Michael Mullins, right? Michael?
What's up, everybody?
And we have, of course, Melinda. Welcome, Irish Melly, right down here.
Hi, everybody.
And then last but certainly not least, we have Murder Motel. Murder Motel, so great to have you.
Hi.
And guys, Dawn will be joining us as well. She's just kind of rebooting, I think, her system real quick, and then we will add her here in just a few minutes. Excuse me. So we're going to step this episode off with doing an episode 4 synopsis in just a moment. But before that, Murder Motel mentioned that there's something that upset him right before the stream. And he said he wanted to save it, and I want to know what it is. What's going on? Have I missed a rumor? What's going on?
It was the whole episode in general.
Really? Oh, okay. So, all right. Well, then by all means, let's talk about the episode then. Let me just ask you then, Chris, what did you hate most about it?
The lazy ass writing.
Ooh, okay. So what section then stood out to you that, oh my God, I hated that?
When they kept pointing at Margaret and they made it so freaking obvious that it was her, that everybody knew, and now everybody's calling it a twist. And it's like, that's no fucking twist. Like, we all knew. You pointed at her and then you made it her. You made it too obvious.
Mm-hmm.
It's lazy ass writing. And I didn't think American Horror Story would do that. I didn't think that they would just make it that obvious for us.
Well, I want to say very quickly that Adam notated in the comments, guys, that the new episode, I guess, was leaked and a spoiler popped up in their feed. And that's got to suck, Adam. For any of you out there who were spoiled, I had no idea that the episode was leaked. I don't look for that kind of stuff. When Orange is the New Black season 5 was leaked, I didn't watch that. I waited till it came out. I just don't like to spoil myself. So I've stayed off of social media today, and I guess I'm really glad that I did, because I guess I would have been spoiled. So yeah, please, everybody, no spoilers in the comments or in this stream. We would be very grateful. So what did you think, Melinda? What did you think about episode 4?
I loved it, honestly. I really did. I get what he's saying about, the whole Margaret thing, but in 80s fashion, that was very much the cliche for 80s horror movies, was that it was always in your face. You knew who it was. And then they would finally announce, oh, here it is. But there would be something else behind it. And that's where we didn't realize that Jingles kind of had this thing for Margaret. So that was kind of the twist.
Yes.
And that she, used his affection for her to her advantage. So I don't think anybody really saw that coming necessarily. I mean, maybe, but not as much. But I really liked it. I thought it was a really good episode.
Absolutely. Michael, what about yourself? What did you think about the episode?
Oh, I loved it. I'm on board 100%. But in response to the twist and the surprise, I've talked to several people, including my niece, and I also read a review for Variety or someplace from last week's episode. A lot of people didn't see this coming. My niece called me up. She's like, "Oh my God, can you believe it?" So it's like people that aren't like delved into it, watching every single character and every single moment of fish. I think for the general public, it was a twist. I think there was a surprise. But I agree with what Melinda's saying too, that in every 80s horror film, in every 80s whodunit, it's always right in your face. It's always that. There shouldn't be a surprise at the end, with this being such a love letter to the 80s, in an 80s slasher film. So,
and that's what I think people are forgetting, is that not the whole audience of American Horror Story grew up in the 80s or grew up watching 80s horror films. You know what I mean?
Public, it was
like you said,
there was a surprise. But I agree with what Melinda's saying too, that in every 80s horror film, in every 80s whodunit, it's always right in the face.
There we go. I think that was from Dawn. I think Dawn's actually getting us, but she's still having technical difficulties. I'm sorry. So yes, Misha, this episode is reviewing episode 4. I am just a little behind right now. I had to absolutely focus on my family for the past 2 weeks, and I'm very happy that I did. So the episode, basically, guys, yeah, you're right. There wasn't too many, spoiler things or exciting things that happened. So I understand where Chris is coming from when he says about the writing, but I did find some really good parts in this show. And that's why, Murder Motel, I love that you're here, because there are fans that are totally unhappy with this season. There are things happening that make us happy, but for other fans, they're just not feeling it. So I'm glad that you're there to represent them, because not everybody is loving this season.
Well, it's not just that. Like I get where Melinda says, like, yeah, it's right in your face with 80s slashers, but I've seen 80s slashers that's not right in your face. Like I've seen 80s slashers like Scream, but like it's not Scream, but it still has that same plot line of who done it, but it wasn't really one of those in your face moments either. So I don't think every 80s slasher was like that.
Well, Nick, welcome to the Freak Show. So glad to have you here. I do agree, but even my husband, and I was mentioning this earlier on the weekly Wednesday live stream for the patrons, my husband, the only time he's ever sat down with AHS and gave it like a watch and tried, it has been before, but this is the only time he's actually sat down and continually watched it with me. Even tonight, he asked me, are we going to sit down and watch American Horror Story together? That never happens. I mean, the only time that's ever happened is maybe like with Ash versus Evil Dead, or like maybe House. And that's how long ago the last time that happened was. So,
does he not like it or something?
No, he's just not, an American Horror Story kind of guy. He did sit down. I always rewatch the seasons many times, and he sat down a couple of times with me and just, give it a shot. But many times he'll sit down for 5 minutes and then he'll just get back up and say, hey, deuces. But very rarely he'll sit down and he's like, wow. And then he won't get back up until I'm done watching. So that's rare. But when it happens, that it has him hooked. So
that's what my husband's been doing this season too. I had him watch 1 through 3 right before last season, and I actually got him to kind of watch last season with me, but he didn't get into it that much, which I understand, especially for somebody who's not into the whole storyline. But this season, yeah, like he wants to sit down. He's like, oh, are we going to watch it this week? Is it coming on? I'm like, of course we're going to watch it. Crazy.
And guys, just as a reminder, please, if you guys have looked at the spoilers or if you've watched the episode already, please no spoilers in the comments. We would be very greatly appreciative of that. Sadly, if you do post those spoilers from episode 5, the moderators will kick you out. What's up, Valley? It's great to have you, baby. I see my daughter's just waving at me over here.
Hi, Valley.
But I do hear Nick Gurr says, I heard that Lily Rabb is in this season of AHS. Have you guys heard about that?
I have.
People have been saying, was it episode 6 or 7? The Lady in White episode, people are saying.
Well,
that he's going to pop up.
At first, everybody was saying, oh, Sarah Paulson's going to be the Lady in White and everything. And then she confirmed that she's not in it. So I'm thinking Lily was going to take Sarah's role in the whole thing and be the Lady in White.
I was hoping Stevie Nicks would be the Lady in White. That's what I was really hoping for. Alicia Kingston, it's great to have you here for a first timer.
Especially with the Stevie Nicks song that was played last week for episode 4. Homage to Stevie, in case anyone didn't catch that.
And let's actually talk about that scene real quick from episode 4, since this episode does we're trying to review episode 4. I'm not doing a very good job, but
Dawn's in the waiting room. Dawn's in the waiting room.
I'm sorry?
I think Dawn is in the waiting room. She just messaged me.
Oh. All right. Miss Dawn, are you there?
Hey.
There he is.
All right.
Hey.
Sorry about that.
Dawn, so glad you were here. Oh, everybody, please welcome Dawn to the stream. Dawn, we are
Hi,
so
Dawn.
happy that you were here.
I had to reboot like twice.
No.
Daft3704 is asking, how's Casey? He must be fully grown now. Actually, it was Casey's birthday. this past week, and I think he turned 17, if I remember correctly. And I sent him, some birthday messages, and I invited him on Beyond the Heart because I told him, just let us fangirl and how grown you've gotten, and then we can talk AHS. So I think he is absolutely, kind of broached himself away from some of this. I'm still trying to absolutely tempt him onto the show, but I don't think that, sadly, that's in Casey's schedule right now. But okay, so let's talk about Birdie and Xavier, which was a really great point. What I loved the whole brutal thing about Xavier being put in the oven. I mean, that was just.
Did you guys love the idea of the Antichrist being put in the oven there?
Yep, that was appropriate.
Antichrist being put in the oven? What are you talking about?
I mean,
Michael Langdon, Cody
Yeah,
Byrne
Michael
being put in the oven to burn.
Oh yeah. So,
That was appropriate, I thought.
that was hilarious. We also got we got Richard Ramirez resurrected and Black Eyes, sort of like Michael did from Apocalypse. But
Did you notice that was very Exorcist looking too, by the
Yes.
way? Which I know wasn't specifically, like 84. Obviously that was before. But it was very Exorcist like with his resurrection and the black eyes and the levitating and everything.
and he also made the circle with the pentagram inside of it. And isn't that what Michael did to call his father in Apocalypse?
Yeah.
So yeah, and I don't want to say the theory right now, but I'm working on a Brooke theory right now with Satan. So it's gonna be coming out soon. I do promise you guys. I have just been really theorizing on this season because, in my opinion, there's something up with Brooke. She got out of the shed that Rita imprisoned her in this episode very easily.
Am I the only one who's annoyed by Brooke's character? Come on.
No, it is a little annoying.
She's kind of like a Polly Prissy Pants kind of a
Yeah.
character.
But there's
I
something
do not
underneath.
like it.
I don't know. There's
I'll
something
take
off
Madison
about her.
any day, but this character, I do not like her.
Well,
Isn't it typical Emma Roberts where either you like her or you don't?
Yeah, it's kind of like that.
Well, and the whole thing
I'm on
is,
the fence where I don't like her.
well, the
Regardless
whole
of
thing with Brooke's character is that Brooke survived the white wedding. I'm not going to say, the red wedding because that's Game of Thrones. So I'm going to say it's the white wedding. She survived that. She survived Ramirez, and she survived the many encounters that she had with him. I mean, she put herself out of many tight situations that other people certainly haven't. So in my opinion, either she's maybe made a deal with the devil herself or something like that. So guys, there's a bunch of clicking in the back. I am so sorry.
not me.
Not me.
Okay. Yeah, it sounds like someone is like clicking their keyboard. So I'm so sorry.
Oh.
It's totally weird. Blake's looking at me like I can hear it too. And
No, I heard it. I heard it.
Yeah, I can hear it. I
You're
just
not
don't know what it is.
crazy.
It's not on my end.
Static? Like static?
anyways, I'm sorry. It just kind of like moves me on my thought. Like, damn it, it's not me. I'm sorry. Anyway, so in Birdie and Xavier, that was a really great section right there where Birdie saved Xavier from being in the oven, and he would have literally burned up. His coat, his hair, everything would have been set on fire if he would have been really put in that broiler. So I really like how they tried to do the special effects here, but I think we have to be realistic in knowing that
His hair would have caught on fire. His hair would have caught on fire, people.
Yes,
It's
his
a
clothes,
typical Jason kill.
when you were personally subjected to that significant amount of heat, you will burst into flames. I don't understand why. They just like suspended reality, but
it's very typical of Jason. It's a Jason kill. These outlandish, huge, kills.
I think that 80s horror campiness.
Yeah, but
it's a campy kill.
Do we really think that Jingles did it?
I don't know. I've heard that too. I mean, people saying that they don't think it was Jingles because of the comment he made on the bridge right afterwards when he ran into him.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm still
I
here.
don't think it was him. I think it was somebody else. I honestly think it was I think it was Ed, the guy from the service station.
The guy who got his head smashed in?
Well, yeah, but we're dealing with a supernatural thing going on on the ground, so you don't know. He could actually be on the grounds because he carries keys as well, right?
But he didn't die on the grounds.
That's true, but I still think he has a part of it. That's just the thought that I have.
You just want to see Don Swayze again.
No.
Do you guys think that the reason why Xavier was so cool about killing Birdie was because maybe he knew she'd come back or something like that?
I think Xavier's innocent. I think he's the one pure soul.
I was thinking he's going to be the final girl.
Right, with that hair. The hair and, sadly, like
They just, like you said, Brooke, there seems like there's something about her, but with him, like his secrets have come out and he's even been open with other people about his secrets. And he just, like, he wanted to save other people, like people who would care about Birdie normally, you know what I mean? Going back for Birdie. And he multiple times was like, we have to go save Birdie. We have to go get Birdie. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, unless there's something, we don't know about there, the whole Mama Voorhees thing or something, but,
weird.
I don't know.
I mean, I know there's that really great big theory out there that this is all just being replayed. They're living their deaths over and over again until they get it right. I mean, do you guys think that that's something that could be going on right now?
I'm going to take it for face value. I think the season's going to be taken for face value. I'm not at this point, now that they cut down to 9, I'm not expecting any big, huge, grandiose American Horror Story
Wait.
twist.
Time out. They cut it down to 9?
Are we absolutely certain that they cut it down to 9?
That's what we're
really?
hearing. Yeah.
That's ludicrous if they do. That's just ridiculous. 10 is already ridiculous.
Yeah. So it was going around the net everywhere today from HF Central and I don't know if Leaks posted it or not, but it was all
Leaks is no longer.
Leaks is no longer. Yeah, they went away, and that's why I haven't reported on it.
They're just under a different name. We just don't know who they are.
Yeah. And okay, I bet I could find out.
Is it me?
That posted the initial tweet.
Is it
I
me?
have no idea, but I am so sorry, guys. It is very distracting. It really sounds. It really sounds like something is crackling or something in the back, and some people are notating it in the comments. I don't know if I should restart the stream. I don't want to. I tried to mute everybody thinking, well, maybe I can find out who it is by muting. So I started with me and then went through, and I thought maybe it would, just work out. But I don't know where it's coming from. So,
it may just be the streamer. It's silent.
It stopped.
Nope, there it goes.
Nope.
It seemed to be fine until we went live. So yeah.
It's weird.
I thought it was me, but it's not me.
It's not me. I'm not even touching my keyboard, so.
And I'm not even touching my phone keyboard.
I understand. It sounds like that's what it sounded like before. It sounds like it's a microphone. Something is picking up. It's an audio issue, obviously, on someone's side. So BRT says, I can't tell where the crackling is coming from. I think someone's mic might be on the last leg. So thank you, BRT.
It might be mine. Hold on. I want to try something.
Mute yourself.
Mute yourself.
It's not mine because I just unplugged my earphones.
Okay, yeah, I think we might have to go for just like 10 more minutes, and then we'd have to end it or do a second one because I'm sorry, it is very overwhelming, and I don't think everybody can actually hear us. And I have actually muted everyone. I even muted myself. And
it's none of us.
You didn't see it up when you muted everybody?
Like I saw her mute me, but then I kept hearing the sound. So
Mm-hmm. Okay. So tonight, actually, we're going to have episode 5, and I understand that a lot of people were spoiled. I had absolutely no clue that stuff had been leaked. And again, I just try to stay away from that spoiler stuff. And wow,
It's just getting worse.
it really is. Like, what is the deal?
No, stop.
I don't. Okay, hang on one second.
Where is it yours?
Settings, it's all. Okay. Let me just stop my cam and let me see if that actually works.
no, it's gotten worse.
Yeah, it's only getting worse.
Just like my life. I swear to God, the past 2 weeks are enough to throw myself off the grid. And
Not
then,
us.
of course, I come to stream and my audio turns to shit.
I think it's them and not us.
Huh?
I think it's
StreamYard?
I am just seeing if I can change the settings. Hang on one second. Okay.
It picks up every time someone talks. Every time someone talks, it picks up.
Okay, so this is turning into a big cluster, guys. I am so sorry about this. This is obviously not working. So tell you what, here's what we're gonna do. Tomorrow night we'll just do an extra long episode 5. Michael, if you wouldn't mind, maybe we'll test tomorrow morning and just make sure that everything is still working. Because this is the first time this has happened, and it's so weird. But we did have audio problems. Remember, Michael, when we tested one time? Okay, so this probably could be from StreamYard. So I apologize, guys. Let me know, and then tomorrow we'll just do an extra long episode 5 and just get that in. I'm telling you guys, it's like the world is against us.
Just message me and call me. We'll test it in the morning.
Ryan Murphy is against us.
He's sabotaging.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for being with us live stream. Sorry about the glitch, and we will see you guys tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Hang on, guys. Let me see if any of the broadcasts will fix it. Maybe